Welcome to our exploration of the lore of the Emperor of Mankind from Warhammer 40k. In this video, we will delve into a brief overview of the history and mythology surrounding this enigmatic figure, who is revered as a god by countless billions across the galaxy in the 42nd millennium. Have in mind that all images you will see are AI-generated, created with Midjourney version 5.1. So sit back and prepare to learn more about the Emperor of Mankind, while enjoying the AI art. The Emperor of Mankind is the immortal ruler, and some worship him as a god of the Imperium of Man, a galaxy-spanning human civilization in the Warhammer 40k universe. There are a few theories for his origin. One of them is that the Emperor of Mankind is the immortal sovereign of the Imperium of Man, and the most powerful psyker ever born among humans. He is also the reincarnation of the ancient shamans who guided humanity in prehistoric times. He lived for thousands of years in different guises, influencing human history and trying to curb the growth of the chaos gods and the warp. He revealed himself as the Emperor at the end of the Age of Strife, when he unified Terra and forged an alliance with Mars. He created the Space Marines and the Primarchs from his own genetic material, but the Chaos Gods stole and scattered the Primarchs across the galaxy. He led the Great Crusade to reunite humanity and exterminate all aliens, finding and recovering most of his lost sons along the way. However, he also forbade any worship of himself as a god, which alienated some of his followers, especially Lorgar, who turned to chaos and corrupted others. His most trusted son, Horus, was manipulated by chaos and rebelled against him, starting a massive civil war known as the Horus Heresy. The Emperor fought Horus on his flagship above Terra, and managed to kill him with a psychic blast, but not before Horus inflicted grievous wounds on him. He was placed on the Golden Throne, a life support device that also amplifies his psychic power, where he has remained ever since, neither dead nor truly alive. However, the above account is now considered largely apocryphal. In truth, the Emperor's origin and history prior to unifying Terra is largely mysterious and undetailed, though his immortality and extraordinary psychic abilities still define him. The Emperor of Mankind first appeared in Imperial records as a warlord on Terra during the Age of Strife in the 30th millennium. He undertook a series of military campaigns against other technobarbarian warlords on the planet, known as the Unification Wars. During these conflicts, he employed genetically enhanced warriors, including the Thunder Warriors, who were physically powerful but prone to mental instability and metabolic collapse. After the Battle of Mount Ararat, which was the last battle of the Unification Wars, Terra was unified under the Emperor's rule. However, he ordered all remaining Thunder Warriors to be liquidated due to their imperfections and propensity for mental decay. Some Thunder Warriors escaped and lived anonymous lives on Terra. Official Imperial propaganda proclaimed that they had all died heroically during the Battle of Mount Ararat. With Terra unified, the Emperor set in motion his plan to unify lost bastions of mankind across the galaxy under the newborn Imperium, known as the Great Crusade. After achieving unity on Terra, the Emperor prepared for the Great Crusade by creating the Astropath Core and the Astronomicon to link his interstellar dominion and allow safer interstellar travel. He also created new legions of genetically engineered warriors, the Space Marines. The Emperor first undertook the Primarch project to create 20 superhuman infants using his own genetic code as the foundation. However, the intervention of the ruinous powers caused the Primarchs to be cast into the warp. The Emperor then created the Space Marines using genetic samples derived from the Primarchs' genomes. After their creation, the Emperor led the Space Marines in their first missions to reconquer the Sol system and establish an alliance with the Mechanicum of Mars. With Terra unified and the warp storms abated, the Emperor began the Great Crusade to rediscover lost human colony worlds and claim new territories for the Imperium. He also rediscovered his lost sons, the Primarchs, and placed them in command of their respective Space Marine legions. Together they brought thousands of worlds into Imperial compliance and promulgated the doctrines of the Imperial truth. At some point the Council of Nicaea occurred, which was a conclave called by the Emperor of Mankind to determine whether the use of psychic powers was a danger to humanity and the Imperium. The Council ultimately sanctioned the existence of psychers but restricted their use under centralized control. The unrestricted use of psychic abilities, known as sorcery, was banned, and the Department of Space Marine Librarians was disbanded. Magnus the Red and his Space Marine Legion, the Thousand Sons, continued to study psychic powers in secret, leading to their damnation by chaos. Approximately 2 standard centuries into the Great Crusade, the Imperial Webway project started, which was a secretive project by the Emperor of Mankind to replace warp travel with access to the Webway. The ultimate goal was to sever humanity from the warp and deprive chaos of its power. A portal into the Webway could be created from the Golden Throne using a powerful psyker. The Emperor created a new caste of Mechanicum tech priest known as the Unifiers to construct new Webway tunnels for human use. However, Magnus the Red's attempt to warn of Horus' treachery ultimately doomed the project. During the Great Crusade, several of the Emperor's Primarch sons were displeased with the turn of events. Horus, the Emperor's most trusted son, succumbed to the temptations of chaos thanks to Lorgar and his word-bearers Legion. The Horus heresy was a galaxy-spanning civil war that took place within the nascent Imperium of Man. The conflict began after the Imperial Warmaster Horus Lupercal, the Primarch of the Sons of Horus Legion and the most beloved genetic son of the Emperor, was corrupted by the ruinous powers of chaos. Horus turned against his father and led 9 traitor legions against the Imperium. The conflict lasted for 7 standard years and resulted in billions of deaths. The climax of the conflict came during the Siege of Terra, when the traitor legions unsuccessfully assaulted the heart of the Imperial Palace itself. The Emperor was mortally wounded during a final confrontation with Horus but managed to kill his son but was mortally wounded. The Emperor's body was discovered by Rogel Dorn and interred within the Golden Throne. The Imperial cult later claimed that this interment was necessary for the Emperor to ascend to his proper place in the Immaterium as the one true god of mankind. The Emperor has remained in the Golden Throne since then, neither fully living nor wholly dead. The Golden Throne functions as a complex life support device and psychic amplifier, projecting the Emperor's mind into the warp and across the galaxy. The Golden Throne is also connected to a massive psychic beacon known as the Astronomicon, which makes faster than light travel possible for Imperial starships. The Astronomicon signal is originated and directed by the Emperor's mind but is amplified and powered by a choir of 10,000 human psychers. These individuals are selected for their psychic prowess and are put to the task only after undergoing a rigorous process that includes their soul binding to the Emperor. The life force of these psychers is consumed over the course of several solar months, with 1,000 dying every day. The Emperor's existence is one of endless pain and suffering. Should he die, then the Astronomicon will become useless and humanity will no longer be able to safely travel through the warp using its current technology. The Imperium would then become fractured and disintegrate into civil war. In the end of Millennium 41, one of the Emperor's sons, Robot Guilliman, was resurrected from stasis and returned to Terra. He entered the Imperial Palace and spoke with his father for the first time in 10,000 standard years. What passed between them remains unknown, but when Guilliman emerged, he took up the burden of leadership once more. However, time may still be running out as it was reported that the highly advanced life support mechanisms of the Golden Throne have begun to fail and can no longer be repaired. Unless some solution can be found or some miracle intervenes, the Emperor's body will eventually die and his mind and spirit will gutter out, leaving mankind all alone in the darkness. This was all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed exploring the history and mythology surrounding this enigmatic figure, and that the AI-generated images created with Midjourney version 5.1 have added to your experience. If so, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.